morning. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah? How are you doing today?
Can't see very well.
Yeah?
Better now.
Hey, look, I can see you now. Anyway.
So, good morning, everyone. It's Saturday this time. We tend to jump on different days.
We've warned them for about a week.
Mess people up, you know? So, they're like, whoa, wait, hold on, I missed it. Okay. Anyway, good morning, everyone. We are Warm and Cozy Quilting.
Yeah.
We're in Columbia, Illinois.
Beautiful city.
I'm Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. I'm Jason. This is my coffee. And you are the number one customers. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes.
So, before we go too far, quick explanation on things, or reminder. So, at the end of the show on Wednesday, during the live sale, our internet decided to lose its mind. If you were watching, you know that we had a third question to ask. I'm going to ask you that question now, and you're going to be able to answer this. And I'm going to take the third correct answer. I'm going to give you $10 off your today or whatever. Basically, it's equivalent to a $10 gift card. So I'm giving you today. So I want the third
you're
right
going to have to either, you can't just go online and use it. You'll have to call us. So go online, find what you want. You can call us. We can take care of it that way. Come in the shop. Send us a message on Facebook. We'll take care of you.
Now, I'm doing this right away because I told people at the end of the show Wednesday, so I want to make sure that you knew what was going to happen. You were here for it, so here's your chance. So the question is, for the third correct answer that Sarah sees on her screen, what block are we talking about today? That's the question. A lot of you know the answer and paid attention to that. So third person with the right answer, which block are we doing today? So it was kind of a softball question.
Right.
It would have been a lot more fun on Wednesday, but like I said, our internet kind of lost its mind. So.
1, Pam Bealey. 2, Ellie Schaefer. 3, Christina Rinchin.
Woo,
Chris Rinchin. Fantastic. Congratulations. That is correct. The Ohio Star. I did see Texas Star roll through there. And I'm not going to say you're wrong because it kind of is a many different names, but more recently they've settled on Ohio Star. And so it really depends on graphic location and area that you're speaking of. So not wrong, but not the answer I was looking
either.
For, so.
Okay.
So anyway.
You don't have the mouse. Are you okay?
Yeah, we'll make it work. So anyway. So now we got the quizzing all in there and everything. So Chris, come by and get your card or whatever. $10 off something today. So I'm going to say hi real quick. I think this is everybody. I feel like I've missed some people. Did we get that off already?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Lisa, good morning. How you doing up there? And there's Patty and Donna and Cheryl and Pam. And thank you for sharing. And Pat, good morning.
Morning.
And Joe and Sandy and Chris and Pam. And good morning. Hello. Aloha. Period.
Can we go to where we can say aloha?
We have to be in Hawaii to say that, I think. Good morning, Cindy. And thank you for sharing, Cheryl. And good morning, Jody. And hello, Ellie. Eileen, glad to see you on. Jane Q, good morning. Eula, nice to see you on this morning. I have the third bandaging on my finger, still hurts. I want to get back to quilting. We want you to get back to quilting too, but we want you to get better, Eula. So rest, get better quicker, get back to quilting. Right. Good morning, Robin. And hello, Linda and Dorothy. And there's all our star answers. That, and there's, okay. Do your thing. Facebook, thank you. And good morning, Diane Fisher. And hello, Alvina. And hello, Debbie. And good morning, Cavallo. Nice to see you on.
Why does she miss Cavallo? Everybody else has had their first name.
Just to be funny.
Okay.
It clearly worked. You're laughing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I really need reason for things that I do? I don't know.
No.
Probably, but I don't ever have a reason.
Right.
Make sure you're sharing the video. Let your friends come hang out with us.
Oh, and I want to say welcome to new people.
Oh, yeah.
We've had so many new friends this week in the shop that I've told about the videos. And so if you're watching this on a replay or on YouTube or, and I hope that you enjoy the show.
Yeah. And again, share with your friends.
Sarah, did you hit record so we can put this on YouTube?
Uh-oh.
There are ways. I have my
She'll make it work. Ways. It'll work. It'll be there eventually. We're working on that YouTube channel, getting content out there. So
yes.
So for those of you,
thanks for liking and subscribing to our subscribing.
YouTube is subscribe
to our YouTube channel. Even though there's not much there yet, we appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
We still need a few more so we can get some. Okay, it's technology, and I don't know.
It's okay.
Also, really, let's be honest. I don't really care. Like, I care,
Please.
but I don't know how to make it work. So then it's one of those, like, I can't get real invested.
So here's the thing.
You know?
You don't technology super
I don't
great, but you this
technology.
great super
I do,
great.
right.
So,
So they keep me
it
here,
works.
and they do that.
Right. Fantastic.
Anyway, so I don't know the words, and I don't know the stuff, but
They're not
it's
judging
all
you on that.
important.
It's all
I
important.
really, yes, I really do care. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Cheryl, we did start a YouTube channel. Like I said, there's not much really there right now. We used it or using it for so long currently for the Galactic Explosion folks that don't Facebook. So again, our plan is to try to start making more use of that and putting videos to that. Haven't got there yet because find time in a day for me. I need like an 8th day of the week, maybe a 9th even.
Sarah needs like an entire team.
Week extra
She
bonus
needs
somewhere.
a team of people. We need interns to
Yeah.
to do all of Sarah's, stuff.
So we introduced ourselves. We didn't introduce behind the camera. Behind the camera
Yeah.
today, we have Sarah over there. You may hear her yell. And over here, we got Victoria. She may occasionally intermittently throw in.
Yeah, so if you're like, who are these voices I hear?
Yeah,
That's
you
what we
know.
got.
Also, we're not here to sell you anything today, necessarily. Today, we are going to, Saturdays are time to sit and talk about quilting. Today, we're going to continue our block series.
Right.
Today, we're going to sew along a Ohio Star. We'll show you what we're going to cut. We're going to sew them together, make an Ohio Star block on camera with you. You can watch this later and do it again yourself.
Right.
We're trying to help the new people out there that may not know exactly what they're looking at or how to make that work in their mind properly. So,
And I want you to be, again, my biggest thing for doing this is I want you to be able to go into any quilt shop, or you're looking through a magazine at patterns, or you see a picture of a quilt. You're on Pinterest. You see a picture of a quilt. And you think, well, that looks really hard. I don't think I could do it. I want you to be able to break it down and go, oh, well, that's a half square triangle. That's a quarter square triangle. I can do this. Break it into the pieces and then, be able to make a better decision. If it's something that you're like, I don't see any of those elements that I know how to do, looking on the back of the pattern to see, okay, is this something that I need to paper piece? Is this something, and do I know how to do that? So knowing all of those kind of things, knowing what you have in your toolbox that you know how to make, and then being able to also look at something and break it down.
Yep. So
That's our plan.
Have any questions during the process, please make the comments out there. We will see them. We will answer you as best we can on camera. If it is, again, after the show and you're watching this and you have questions, again, ask them.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to ask it in a public forum such as that, you can email us, info@warmandcozyquilting.com. Send us emails there.
So welcome to anybody who's new. If
Hello
you're
again.
new, please tell us that you're watching. Just say hello. We love to see that, and especially we love to see like where you're from.
Yeah, it's always fun. Always check in with your quilt shops, guys. We
Right.
missed you guys.
Right.
Check in.
Mm-hmm. We need to know that you're doing okay.
All right. This coffee is fantastic today.
Yeah, I know.
I may have to excuse myself and go get more. I'm kidding. I can't do that. I have a show to run. So real quick before we run into the stars conversation.
Good morning, Pam.
Hello. Oh yeah, Alabama. We got signed in late. Go back and watch. There's not much at the beginning. It was chaos. You know how it is. You've missed nothing yet. So Handy Quilter event was last week.
Yes.
That was a good time.
It was a good time. Thank you so much to everybody who took our classes, who went out on a limb and did a Zoom class on something that I would really rather have my hands on the machine, and took a chance and had a good time. Everyone that I've talked to has said that the event was wonderful and that they're looking forward to doing more. They got over that initial I don't know if I can do a Zoom, or I don't know if this is going to be something that's going to give me enough information by doing it through Zoom. Anyway, thank you guys.
So our next Handy Quilter event will be March 15th and 16th. That's on Monday and Tuesday, middle of March. It is 2 days. There are 4 classes. They're all about Pro Stitcher. So if you have Pro Stitcher either on your Baby Lock, on your Handy Quilter, on your Janome, on your, I believe, King is the other brand that Handy or Pro Stitcher is found on, this class is for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had this Pro Stitcher program for a while and you just kind of use it just to get through doing pantographs edge to edge, and that's about the extent of it, strongly recommend that you sign up for these classes. They are going to be taught by a National Handy Quilter educator. They are super informative. I intend on sitting in on them because even though I run these machines all the time, I always get something new out of them.
We did have an educator change.
Well, we did have an educator change.
But that's okay. All the educators that work for Handy Quilter are great. So we will be. It'll be wonderful.
Yes. And Mickey, thank you. Yeah. I was going to announce that later, but since you brought it up, let's discuss that real quick. For those of you that are in our long arm club, if you will, the group, we do have a Facebook group currently operating for the people that want to be in a group of some sort. It's called the Cozy Quilters Long Arm Group. We have a link to that, I think, in the description up above. Sarah just linked it out there. Join that. If you have a long arm, doesn't matter the brand. If you want a long arm and you're just not sure about it, or you have questions and want to know more, or you just like to hang out with people because it's fun, join the group. We are going to have our first meeting this Thursday, the 4th.
Yes.
March 4th at 7 p.m. via the Zoom. That's Central Time. So if you're not local and you're out in one of the other states.
It's Victoria's birthday that day.
Oh, yeah. So
we'll say happy birthday to her.
We'll sing happy birthday to her. Anyway, so that's going to be at 7 o'clock this Thursday. So for those of you that are in the group and are excited about that, mark your calendars.
We planned on talking about it later, but we can just, anyway, is there anything else to say? So it is really being led by Mickey, who is a national educator for Handy Quilting.
Right.
But she's going to have some content on, some weeks.
We're talking about threads this week. Thread.
Thread? Okay.
I don't know. Mickey will tell us what we're talking about when we get there.
Each month we're going to have a different topic. If you have topic ideas, throw them out there in the group. Anyway, we can move on.
Yeah.
Good morning, Patty.
Anyway, back to the Handy Quilter class thing I did.
Yeah.
Sign up for that. You can sign up now. Our website, warmandcozyquilting.com. Classes, and you'll see them there. Just click that, sign up. We'll send you an email with everything after that.
The Pro Stitcher, you take the whole 2 days worth. So it's 4 classes. So if you look at, last month the classes were only $25. This month the class is $100. Yes, you're getting all 4 classes. They build on each other, and so that's the only way to do it. You can't really hodgepodge, decide which one you want to take.
Pro Stitcher is kind of an all-over therapy.
Right.
And yes, there we go. This week, tension.
Yes.
We don't need more tension in our life, but you do. At least a little bit. You can't be afraid of the tension. You have to be confident with your tension.
That is correct.
All right, so you want to talk some Ohio Star Block?
Let's do it. You want to make an Ohio Star Block?
Let's jump into this Ohio Star Block. Any questions
before we get started? Because it likes to turn off on me.
Why not?
The only downside to my cordless Panasonic iron is that it shuts off.
Awesome. Morning, Jackie. Thanks for joining us. All right, so if you caught us last night when we gave you the rundown of what to cut, it was chaotic, politely said.
We had a whole lot of stuff going on yesterday.
The whole day got away with us. Then all of a sudden it's time to come over here and do this because we told you we would. And then I had never told Sarah we were going to do it. So she was kind of, it was all just not very well performed. And I apologize for that.
Yeah. Well, and also he came to me the first time and he's like, okay, so here it is. And I'm putting it, and I'm like, that is all wrong.
All wrong.
That is not even the right size block. And he's like, how is that possible? I'm like, we're doing a 12-inch block. I think you printed for a 9-inch block.
I did. Anyway, so it was chaos.
We worked it out, though. And if you were very confused yesterday and didn't cut anything, that's fine, too, because I'm going to tell you what you actually should cut. And I think we have this that we're going to show or something right there. Okay, but you don't have to yet. So, am I getting into it right now?
Well, so here's the thing.
Yes, tell us what the thing is.
There's always the story behind the block.
Right. Oh,
you want the story behind the block?
You want to know about why is it an Ohio Star?
I can only tell you so much because honestly, I don't put a whole lot of research into these. I find a few websites. They're all generally the same, and I take that as gospel. But here's what I found. You ready? Okay. So here we go. Simply, it's a 9 patch. That's all it is. With
1, 2, 3
quarter square triangles that frame the center square. Right? Simple. The origin of it, from my understanding, and this mostly came from SusieQuilts.com, and she was citing Barbara Brackman, who was apparently well known in the history of quilts. This individual knows a lot. So I probably need to become her friend and understand more. I think she has a book. Maybe I need to get the book.
That sounds good.
Anyway, the around 1800s, mid 1800s is when most blocks kind of started getting their names, as we've all learned with every quilt block so far. This one goes back to Oberlin, Ohio. Oberlin College. It was kind of ahead of their time at that point because they were allowing women and African Americans into the college, which was radical for that era in time. So it made Oberlin kind of a congregating place for free thinkers and or liberal thinkers and freed slaves and of the sort. So there was an anti-slave fighter named Mr. John Brown who was there that was finding like-minded individuals, came in contact with Mr. Lewis Sheridan Leary. These two teamed up and were doing their thing. Well, Mr. Leary lost his life in some anti-slavery actions. And his wife, Mary Patterson Leary, only found out about his death when she received back his shawl that she had sewn for him, and it was riddled with bullet holes. This is how she found out.
Oh.
So anyway, so she was known then later on for life for sitting and sewing blocks all the time. So the Ohio Star block was pieced in like honor of her and everybody that has lost, anybody that fought in the Civil War fighting against slavery. So that's what the Ohio Star block is for, and since it was Ohio, it was a whole general thing, concept. So, good story, right?
You need to warn people before you just drop something that's sad on everyone.
It was.
So he puts all this together, and like I didn't. He puts all that together on his own and didn't tell me any
I
of
didn't.
this.
I know. It's
Didn't
the
even
real
warn
reaction.
me.
I didn't warn anybody.
Okay, so now I'm crying. Let's make an Ohio Star.
So, anyway, again, a lot of blocks from that era all had a purpose and an intent.
Sure.
You know, the churn dash seems a little more, simple based on a churn dash, which we saw an image of that. Thank you for that,
Patty.
Patty. But anyway, yeah, so this is definitely in memoriam of anybody that lost somebody in the Civil War fight for freedom. That's why they went
This
the
is
Ohio Star. That's why it's called Ohio
Probably
Star.
not the
most
best
common.
colors then.
Maybe not, but that's what we chose,
Right.
and that's what we got because we're keeping it scrappy. There's no requirements for the fabrics that you're going to use for this. You can use whatever you want. It didn't mention anything anywhere that I saw. So yeah. What we got here? I love the you two are funny. No. And yeah, Harry, Barbara Brackman is the expert. Yeah, that is what I've read. So I look forward to finding more information.
Yeah,
about
we
her,
need
if
to
not
get.
looking at
We
these
should
books
get
on
a
her, so
book from her, and then
maybe one day
We
I'll
really
be a
will.
Barbara Brackman.
Pam also said that
Mhm.
she finally chose her fabrics for this project. And it's fabric she's had for 10 plus years.
Perfect.
It hasn't cut because it's too beautiful.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
a tough call, and I'm glad we get the honor of being the reason you cut
Wow.
that
I feel
fabric.
very honored.
yes,
That's kind of fantastic.
that's pretty
So,
cool.
So we're going to do our best to keep this as awesome for you guys then as possible. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exciting, right?
All right.
So where do we start? So did we need to tell them what
Let's-
to cut again?
Yes. So the cutting diagram. We have. Okay, so I'll go from what's on the paper there. So the white itself would be like your background fabric. So if you look at A, you're going to cut 4 patches that are 4.5-inch squares of white. You would cut 1 4.5-inch square of red. That's going to be your center square. So those squares you cut and set them to the side because we're not doing anything else with those right now. Then you need to, you go to B and you will have cut 1 patch of white. I know it says 4 patches, but just hang on. 1 5.25-inch square white, 1 5.25 blue, and 2 5.25 of red. Then if you look at the very first little picture in B, it shows that they're like cut, they're cross cut, and that's what we're going to do this morning. So, just to show you what fabrics we're using in place of the red and the blue. And so I do have kind of a white on white. It's actually cream on cream, still tonal. And that's my background fabric. Okay, so these are my 4 4.5-inch squares. Okay, so I'm not doing anything with those right now. So
A lot of fours.
4 4.5-inch squares. Then this is my center.
Yep.
And this is also a 4.5-inch square. And that one I don't need right now. Okay. Then I have 1 5.25. I can't tell which is right and wrong.
Just make it
on
up.
this, so
Nobody will know the
I'm
difference.
figuring it out here as I go. So 5.25-inch square of background. So that's one of those. one for what is going to be, in the picture would have been blue. It's going to be this fun green and blue fabric with these roses on them. And then my red is this like turquoisey, it's actually like seafoam green.
Yes.
And I have 2 of those. Okay, so all of these are 5 1/4.
You have 2 C's?
Yeah.
2C or not 2C?
Okay, I'm going to be very daring.
Whoa, what are you doing?
And I'm going to cut all of these at once. Is that a bad idea?
No.
It seems like a bad idea.
I'd say go for it.
Live your life.
Live it like
If-
you know somebody that lost their life in the Civil War. Do it.
If I cut these
For them.
wrong, I don't have more to fix it.
But it's scrappy. And they'll never know. We'll just pretend it's fine.
All right, so what you're going to do then, you've got these 5 1/4, 5 1/4, right? They're 5 1/4 squares. You're going to cut from corner to corner, diagonally, both ways.
Okay. Am I in
You
the way?
can do them one
I feel
at a
like I'm in
time.
the way. Like,
No, you're fine. Just
be careful. She has a razor blade.
you're probably better off to cut them one at a time. I'm
Please
not
cut
going
them
to
one
do
at a
that.
time. For the sake of time and efficiency, we are going to attempt.
You
Right,
don't want to move your fabric if you can help it.
Yeah.
I can never help it. Like, even if I cut one, they shift on me, and anyway, we're going to just go with it.
Pam trusts that you can do this.
Thank you,
She says it'll
Pam.
be perfect. We trust you. That is not misplaced trust. Thank you, Pam.
Okay, so then I would
Oh,
have to cut this way, or like, anyway,
You cut
regardless,
that,
that's
cut it. I'm over here. I can do it. I can do it. I can do this. Stop. Let me do it.
okay.
All I do is get to sit here and tell sad stories. So
Yeah, okay. Now if it's messed up, I can blame it on him.
I got my fingerprints on that gun. Okay.
Okay, now
Look at the triangles.
you have 4 patches. See, so that's why on that piece of paper it tells you on the white. you
Lisa
need
cuts 4 to 6 at a
patches.
time.
Yeah.
No big deal, right? Be good. So what you could do is you can get one of those rotating mats.
Yeah. Those are very nice for that.
We don't have one over here right
So then I stack them up. The other day I had to make some of these, and I stacked them up, and 2 of them were significantly smaller than the other 2, and I went, nope, and I tossed those and made a new one because they really should be the same size. If you didn't move your fabric too much, you should be in good shape. The seafoam I've got 8 of, because that's what is replacing my red.
So
and-
that's the 8 patches that's referring to.
Yep. And then I have 4 patches of this guy.
Aha.
All right.
Cool.
Now, I turned everything around the wrong way. So I have to lay them all out for it to make sense to me. If you are a person who can have them stacked here and sew them, that is awesome. That is not me. I have to lay it out how it's supposed to look.
Can I help?
Yes.
Yay.
Well, I only need to do one at a time, but you can help me. So you will have on the top is your white. On the bottom is your blue.
Mhm.
And then the 2 sides would be your red.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying it as if I'm looking at the paper versus
Yes.
looking at here. Okay.
I'm with you.
So now I've got to sew this together. So I always sit there and go, okay, what's going to be the best way? To me, what's best is I'm going to take these 2, and then I'm going to take these 2, and I'm going to sew them together, and then be able to sew the whole block together. I'll show you. So first of all, I pick up these 2, and I'm sewing 2 short sides together. The reason I'm using batiks is so I don't have to really figure out what's right and wrong. Can I give you this?
Absolutely.
Over there, please. So sew the 2 short sides together. I have this little piece here. It's my leader, so that when I start sewing, I'm not going to get a bobbin mess on the back.
Little rat's
Oh, I
nest
need
and
to-
stuff.
Slow it down.
So I want to show you guys, she did start her fabric. This is fantastic. What I wanted.
So I'm gonna take these 2 now, and I'm gonna sew them on the short side also. Good.
Yes. Fabric matches the machine. Of course it does, Pam. We love that color blue.
Yeah,
That's
except
Warm N
now
Cozy
you
Blue
can't.
for us.
Now you can't see it. I guess that's probably
It's
not
okay.
a good thing.
It's fine.
So
Or
other
partially.
other people might turn this around so they can sew, starting at the flat side and go to the triangle. I happen to always think that I'm sewing something wrong. And so I have to do it the way I have to do it.
You don't have to justify it. It's cool.
Okay.
You're not alone in that. I'm always afraid I'm going to turn stuff around. Or I get the fabric inside out. Or that's why I don't like piecing. Give me the machine. I can't turn the machine inside out. Well, I can. I know how to take them apart, but that's not kind of what I'm getting at.
I'm up above the thing, so I'm like, which button?
Where's my button? You got one square done?
No. Now I have the top half
Okay.
and the bottom half. See?
Okay.
Now I got to put them together.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to press towards the red. I know I don't have any red. Whatever is your main star color, press towards that side so that when I put these together, they're going to nest together.
Oh. So you're pressing it this way and then that way so that when you put it together, the seams will interlock.
Correct.
Is that called nesting?
Yes.
Nesting, folks. Nesting. Learn the term. I learned it. It actually really helps to do that because when you piece it together like that, then your seams give you your points. You don't lose them as bad. So, yeah, nesting is great. It's not just for birds anymore, guys.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I, again, have to lay it down and go, my picture, and go, is that right? Yes, it's right.
Yes.
Now I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to sew the long side. I'm going to nest these together. Oh, my gosh, where?
Do you have your clips over here?
Victoria, in my coat pocket is clips.
Yes, people, she walks around with Wonder Clips in her pocket
Mm-hmm.
because you never know. Sewing emergencies. I'm going to clips out.
I'm going to need at least 3. Please hurry. People on camera are waiting.
They're panicking.
There's only 3.
Perfect. Because where else would you keep your Wonder Clips?
So I'm going to nest them together,
Has
and
to
then
be a
I'm going to
shovel.
clip it.
Get off the table.
And I'm going to put this down and sew on the long side.
Okay.
Who's sewing with me today?
Yeah, we've got multiple people sewing with us today, or you're just all watching today? I'm curious because we gave you instructions to cut out. How many people
We
used my
didn't give
instructions
very
yesterday?
good instructions.
I don't think they were that bad. They were chaotic. That could have been worse. We gotta have somebody sewing with us. Well, we did have somebody ask yesterday when they came in. Hold on a second. When you chain piece those, do you lock the beginning and ends by reversing the stitches?
No.
Danielle does not.
The reason I don't is because I am then going to put this into a block, right? So I'm going to sew over that again anyway. So in those cases, there's like just now. Okay, so I sewed these 2 pieces together. Now I've sewn it across here. So there was no reason to interlock here and, back stitch at the top and bottom because I'm going to sew it into something else.
Okay.
This is my opinion. You do you.
Right. There's no right or wrong answer.
And I am going to press this one.
Is there something I can do to make this process a little better?
You're going to be, I've got something for you to do here.
Oh my goodness. I'm scared. Anyway, so we do have people watching. Was it? I believe Chris is sewing along, is what I saw. Harriet's sewing along. Got people sewing along with us out there. Cindy says she's trying. Cindy, my wife has told me that I'm trying, but I don't think we mean the same thing. I don't. 2 different meanings.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put these 3 together.
Okay.
And as I do that, I'm going to give them to you, and you are going to square them up.
Ooh, I get to square up?
I'm going to let you cut.
That is
On
the
my-
heavy-duty pressure.
I know.
I don't know that I can handle this kind of pressure today, but I can do it. Yeah.
So we will probably get ahead of people who are trying to sew along with us because I've got help.
Yes.
So
I won't go
really,
too fast.
so this needs to measure 4.5 inches square when you're finished, when you're at this stage, okay?
You got your dog ears
You got
on there.
Dog
so,
ears, you could have, because you have bias, and if you don't starch, you could have some stretch. Oh, there is water in this iron, but the steam is turned off because I do not use steam when I'm piecing.
Chris Renshin asked, this seam, pressing which way?
I went away from the white. I do know that this can get kind of bulky, and sometimes people will open this particular seam because of time. I'm not gonna, because it takes me, I don't know why I can't get a hold of these things to press it open.
It's
But
from all
anyway,
the starch. It's very flat.
so I'm gonna press to one side, and I'm gonna go away from the white. That just seems to make the most sense to me. So you need to trim up your dog ears if you've had any stretch. You need to get this to be 4.5 inches so that it is the same as your other blocks and everything's good. And Jason's going to tell you all about how he's going to square that up.
I'm going to use my Stripology ruler.
You have the cutter. Okay,
I have
never mind.
And it's locked for safety. Now, the only thing I'm not being safe is I don't have gloves. And if we've learned anything, you know who I'm talking to. You should wear gloves because apparently those are safe. That's what I'm told.
I'm going to
be
chain
reckless.
piece.
Do it.
I'm going to do these bottoms, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the tops, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Do it. You got it?
Got it.
Okay. There we go. I'm going to start cutting things.
So, but you need to tell them what you're doing.
I'm going to tell them.
Okay, good.
But you're talking.
All right, I'll be quiet.
We're going to talk together? Let's talk at the same time. Okay. So, Stripology ruler. Who has one? That's not true. We have one. You use it.
Exactly.
You have one?
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah's got one. All right, Stripology rulers. This is the smaller one. This is great for squaring up small blocks because it goes down to, is it 2.5? 2.5. And then, oh, you can actually go down to 2. So this is great for squaring up small blocks like this, and you don't have to use the big one to kind of juggle it around. So, you can see or not, the white lines or not. Eileen, she's not trying to keep up because she's on drugs and the machines. So yeah, Eileen, don't.
Oh no.
Safety first.
Right.
And we have plenty of people out there that have their Stripology rulers. So we're going to use the white lines to do 4.5. Again, you got the little cross section right there, or the cross dotted lines. We're just going to slap that on the center. Line up our dotted lines best we can.
Yeah, the cool thing with the Stripology is you do have those diagonal dotted lines through the center.
Yeah.
It's going to be very helpful with this particular block. I mean, you're going to be able to
it's an X.
wiggle it just perfectly.
So we're aiming for 4.5. So I will be cutting on, and I have to follow these lines all the way to the ends. So my 4.5 line over here is here. I'm going to cut that. And my 4.5 line over here is here. I'm going to cut that. Didn't have much on that side. Took some dog ears off. That's about the extent of that. And I'm going to rotate this. Out of my way. Stay. All right. And I'm going to center this up. Do like that. And I got a little bit to go off either side here, so I'm going to take this half off. And then I'm going to take this off. I just took some slivers of fabric off. So now, that is 4.5 inch square. See how that's smooth and flat like that? I could build a house with this. Like the starch is unreal. And yeah, there we go. There's the diagram again for those of you who are interested in seeing that. I don't know how much more to say about it, but I tried to, the text that's in there at the bottom of the translations, I tried to simplify that post, like the directions that comes out of EQ7 are very generally minimal. Thank you. That's the word I needed. So yeah. So
yeah, I mean, if you can read pictures, that tells you everything you need to know.
Right.
But you have to be able to go, what the heck are they saying?
What does that mean? So yeah, the portion there for the cutting diagram A, that's telling you what you need to cut out for the 4.5 inch blocks. And then the B section is what you need for your triangles, which need to be 5.25 blocks. So, and when it says 4 patches, that actually means you'll cut them into quarters like we did to begin with. So you really only need 1 square at 5 1/4.
Right.
Makes 4 patches.
What tends to end up happening is you'll cut 4 5 1/4 inch squares and 4 5, and then you're like, oh my gosh, now I got to cut these in quarters. Now I have a whole bunch. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
How you could go wrong there.
Yeah.
And so by going wrong, you could end up with a whole bunch more than what you need. So that's not so bad. If you were to cut something and it was incorrect, that's worse than cutting too many.
Gotcha. I'm placing this one on the board already.
Also, if you have it at 5 1/4, and you don't need it, and you've decided, okay, I cut 4 of these, but I don't need it, I only need the 1, then you can always cut those down to something else.
Yes.
You know, they can be put into a different block.
So Jason,
Yeah.
how much do you charge to square up blocks for people that aren't your wife?
Unfortunately, my rate at this point is about $3,000.
Is that hourly?
I don't know. I haven't. It depends on who's asking
For the day,
and how much work
or-
they actually have for me to do. Because
It's minutely, not hourly. It's for every minute.
every minute,
Yeah.
I'm not thinking minute. I could go to $3,000 for a day. And that being a regular work day, an 8-hour work day with a 2-hour lunch break, 2 50-minute breaks in between, from 8 to 4 on every 5th Saturday of February. Does that work? Is anybody interested? Do I have any takers? It's a small price to pay for fantasticness.
Yeah.
Ugh, yikes.
You get to hang out with Jason all day.
Will you pay for shipping? What? You pay me $3,000 for every 5th Saturday in February to come down and cut for you. I will get myself there. Yes. Yes. I guess the correct answer is I'm probably not hiring myself out for cutting purposes just yet. Maybe someday. Not today.
So is there stuff you can tell them while I'm doing this?
I just told him the sad story. I don't know what else to tell him. Oh, you know what? There is. Let me see here. There was a Ohio Star quilt reproduced and in her honor and hanging in the International Quilt Museum. Who knows where the International Quilt Museum is? Victoria thinks she knows where the
She's
International
incorrect.
Quilt Museum.
She's
No,
incorrect.
hold on. Victoria,
Wait,
where's the International Quilt Museum?
I thought you said the national.
Where's the International Quilt Museum? She doesn't know. She gave up. Does anybody
She
know?
has her hand.
There's no benefit for this, but does anybody know? Because I didn't know this. I didn't realize there's a second museum for quilt stuff in this country. Pam Bealey knew it, and so does Harriet Zippel.
Nice. Oh, I'm going
Oh,
away.
Pam, nope, ma'am. I was with you, Pam. I thought Paducah. Paducah is the National Quilt Museum. The International Quilt Museum is in Lincoln, Nebraska. Part of the Lincoln, Nebraska College out there. What's that? Oh, you're gasping unnecessarily. Sorry. So yeah, there's a whole other international museum for quilting in Nebraska. It's only like 7 hours from us, so I don't know. I'm contemplating it.
Pam's been.
Yeah.
Pam!
Well, Miss Bealey, I'd like a full report and how exciting it is. I'm kidding. But yeah,
We should go.
I think
Warm
we
and
should.
Cozy field trip.
Yay! Any Nebraskan out there, folks, that can kind of give us a local tour would be great. What we got here? Hello, Heather Dye. Glad you made it on. Yeah, road trip. I don't know if I'm ready for a road trip.
I'll start making the playlist now. Just
Yeah.
let me know.
So again, it's a solid 7-hour drive
Okay.
through flat.
So we also need snacks.
Flat,
That's
yes.
what I'm hearing.
Lots of snacks. Lots of snacks. Because you go to Kansas City and then you go up northwest. Oh. And I've been to St. Joe, Missouri, which is kind of that direction.
Not really.
It's a drive to get there.
It is.
Don't you go north at Columbia if you go to St. Joe?
No, you can go to Kansas City and go north.
Hmm.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Heather Dye's been to the one in Nebraska. See, there's people.
Nice.
Pam says it's worth going.
So cool.
I guess something we gotta do now. Again, back to the squaring up. I got behind. Sorry. Just gonna square this up here.
I could have chained them together, but I was trying to give him something to do.
Yeah. You're so kind. Again, lots of starch. You shouldn't have a whole lot to cut off and trim down. Should be.
Who wants to watch me starch something? I think that this is really stupid. Like, I really don't think that anybody.
It's not stupid.
But everyone keeps telling me that it is not. That it is something that would be beneficial.
I think
Also,
it is
here's
one
the
of
thing.
those.
I don't have all the answers.
No,
I
but
really don't.
it's kind of it's not necessarily controversial, but it does bring up conversation.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
you got people that are of the mind not to starch anything, and there are people that are, and it's fun to have these conversations because nothing is wrong with these conversations.
Right.
It's okay to be, varied in opinion. Where is the oldest quilt museum in America? There's another quilt museum, Harriet? I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
I can Google it and know, but I don't want to Google it. How about you Google for me?
Just tell us,
What's the answer?
Harriet.
Tell us, Harriet. Stop the suspense. It would be 16-hour drive for Pamela. Good Lord. Miss Shores, I don't know about that. That would have to be a hardcore need to go. But maybe you need to. It's a quilt trail along northern Missouri on the way to Nebraska. How do these people know all these cool things that I don't know?
Well, they've been doing it a little while.
They know better than me. This isn't the one I want. That one has ears on it. You guys want to see the block? No, not yet.
San Jose Quilt Museum.
Well, no kidding.
Oh,
I
that
guess
sounds
we're going to
maybe
California.
better than Nebraska. Sorry if you live in Nebraska. But California sounds like it would be warm and sunny. That's what
Maybe.
they say about California.
I guess, I don't know.
Is that it's warm and
It
sunny.
depends on what part of California you're talking.
We're going to
Hello,
San
Sherry
Jose.
Joe.
Oh,
Thanks for making it.
it.
Well, geography.
I'm not in geography. I don't know where that is.
Oh,
Jesus.
so well, you have Google or something, right?
Warm and Cozy meetup at all of the museums.
Right?
Oh,
Yes.
you know what we could do?
Okay, can somebody call Moda or somebody get us a sponsor for this? Because
Yeah,
I'm not sure
right?
how I'm going to pay for this.
We could do for our YouTube channel to get some more content. We just record the whole experience and then we
Ooh.
post that.
Very fun. Oh, look at all the ideas we're coming up with now.
That's going to come right up
We-
after the crime
We
podcast.
need a van.
We need a van, a
Mhm.
creeper van to roll around in.
Oh. Why it's
It
gotta
would
be
be
creeper?
creepy. It would be cozy.
Yeah.
Warm and cozy.
We would probably get, it would need to be like this color blue.
Yeah.
You can get it painted.
I know a guy.
Maybe Ford could sponsor us, right?
Right.
Give us
Drive
a
around,
van.
guys. Uh,
A blue warm and cozy van.
So Karen Hoffman has never starched anything and wonders how hard it would be to hand quilt. That's a good, actually, I could see that being a conversation because I don't know, I mean, you're changing this feel, the density of stuff. If you,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about hand quilting, and if it's going to make it more difficult, I wouldn't do it.
Right.
I mean, I'm throwing it on a long arm machine and letting it do all the hard work, so.
Yeah, and when you put it on a long arm frame and it's been starched and everything just lays
Yeah.
square and flat, it's pretty awesome.
Right. I don't know. That's a good question. Anybody know the answer to that one? Anybody? Somebody will answer. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a hand quilter. It's, again, I'll
Any
stick to that.
starch friends who also hand quilt? Or
Like a
hand quilt that are like, no, you want to stay away?
stay away.
From
Avoid
starch?
that.
I don't know.
Or you could always put a small one together and just see how it works out.
Mhm.
Test drive it.
Yeah.
And then be like, nope, throw it in the washing machine, start over.
So our
Linda-
handy quilter event last week.
Real quick,
Okay.
Linda Meyer says that she hand quilts, no starch, please. So yeah, if you're going to take it to a hand quilter, don't do that. Be nice to your hand quilters then.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you were saying handy quilter event last week.
Yes, our educator, she has gotten into starching things by dunking the fabric, and so she gets the gosh darn it, I forgot the name again. Stay
Flow.
Okay, I'm like it's in a blue jug. Anyway,
It's in a big blue jug.
so she dunks her fabric in there, gets it soaking wet, and then puts it in the washing machine just on spin, and so that way it kind of dries faster. I have found that when I let it dry, it is less stiff, and I want it really stiff. So like I spray it and I press it pretty much right away, and that works for me. Lots of friends who starch and then leave it to dry overnight. First of all, that takes too long for me, and I'm very impatient. So,
Look at that.
I'm thinking of doing a
They
video.
can't see that. You got to show them.
I know. I was letting her see it. You guys want to see
I'm
it?
thinking of doing a video on my way of starching, which is not the right way or, the only way. So
How fantastic is that?
that's pretty cool.
All right, now you got to put it together.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, ready?
All
Okay,
right,
so
so
you want to tell them what you're going to do here? I'm going to hide behind the board.
I'm going to take this from the top up here, sew down, take this, up here, sew down, take this, sew down. So I'm going to do those 3 first. Sounds good?
Do it.
Lay it down.
I'm going to lay down. Okay, because that was weird for me to sit there like that. Whew. Okay, so Pam's going to go visit her sister in Lee Summit, Missouri. Yeah, that ain't that far away.
I
Not
love
from there.
the train station at Lee Summit.
I don't think I've ever been to Lee Summit. Like, stopped there for anything. I've driven through, but.
Sarah is a train expert.
Oh, yeah?
I wouldn't say expert, but I do love taking the train.
Huh, okay.
Well, first of all, it's better than driving. Okay.
Way better.
And it's better than flying because you don't have to get into an airplane.
Yeah, I don't fly very well. So
You don't have wings.
that's part of the
Jason!
problem.
Zing!
Well, he's something, isn't he?
I think it's funny. Sherry Joe, she said I guess the instructor said that I'm impatient and get bored easy. That would make sense as to why she would.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. Whew. Pam said it's a nice little town. Love the train there. I don't know. I guess I've never ridden the train before.
Oh my gosh,
No.
you've never ridden the train?
Mm.
I haven't ridden the train in so many years. We should do it.
Come ride the train.
Let's go.
Great.
Let's go ride
I
the
don't
train.
know what I'm being voluntold to do, but I'm scared.
I mean, we hardly even have anyway.
I rode the Metro once. Is that the name?
No,
No.
no,
The Metro link
No.
in St. Louis is not the same as the train.
no.
A great train trip if you're in the St. Louis area or have access to the Missouri Amtrak, the Missouri River Runner, is to take it to Herman. Herman, Missouri has all of these wineries. It's a great little town.
Isn't that where Missouri Star's at?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I was mistaken. Anyway, yeah, that's a definite wine fest there, like all the time.
A nice little weekend trip. Would recommend.
3 out of 5 stars.
3 out of 5 stars. Wouldn't change a thing. Beulah May, watch when you iron your fabric when wet. I'm guessing scorching.
Yeah.
Yes. So be careful
So,
doing that. For sure.
Also, I think I even said to people, I've started to iron from the back so that I'm not getting any, if there is any flakes or anything, then I'm not getting it on my fabric. And this last week when I was doing that, I'm like, this is not working out so well. So I've reverted back to pressing it from the front, even though I could get stuff on it, because I really don't care if there's starch on the front. Even if it's black fabric and there's a little bit of stuff I gotta wipe off, I would rather do that and get the results that I want. The problem that I was having this morning where things were kind of wrinkling up as I was going, I was on the back side of the fabric. So, also the other day I felt like I was not getting, it was not getting crisp enough. And if I go from the front, it's crisp and it makes me happy. So I'm going to go from the front. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Somebody can see that you use starch. Who cares?
Nice. Linda Myers, she said she just finished a paper-pieced quilt, hand quilted, and her fingers are sore because of the 4 or more layers. Never again.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Whew. That
I
sounds
don't think
painful.
that would be good.
I don't think that'd be fun for a long arm. I couldn't imagine doing that by hand.
Yeah.
Cindy took the Amtrak sleeper home from San Francisco 18 months ago. How long of a trip is that on a train?
Oh, wow.
Like, that's got to be days.
This is
Yeah.
like literally my dream. So
Yeah, can we
I'm
go?
very jealous.
Can we do it right now? Okay.
I want to just get on a train here in St. Louis and go west through the Rockies,
Mm.
wind up in California, then hop from California all the way up the West Coast, and then somehow wind my way back here. The dream.
That sounds fun. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of time on a train, though.
Yeah. What I would like to do is, for a simpler, that sounds
Yes.
great. But why don't we just go from St. Louis to New Orleans?
That would be even better.
That's like that's not many days. And I
No.
think like if I remember right, because Mom has done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they've probably changed the times since
Yes.
then.
Probably.
But it's like
Not steam powered anymore.
you pick up at noon. Yes. Anyway,
Sorry.
or they pick you up at midnight in Carbondale or something.
2 days.
And then
That's
you're-
so long
and then
on a
you're-
train.
Then
Good
you're
gosh.
there at like noon.
But when you do the long treks on the train, you can get a private room, and they're super nice.
Huh.
There are other options as well, like in a sleeper.
Oh,
car,
I'm
but-
gonna have to take a lot of medication.
There's
Anyway,
a shower. You can shower while you're traveling.
Yeah, but I don't like. Oh, see, but going backwards, I get dizzy.
I just want to point out
I
here
get
real quick
dizzy.
to get off this
Dizzy.
track.
Anyway.
Eula May did point out that you'll have to clean your iron. Yes, there is a lot of iron
Yes.
cleaning that takes place at our house with the iron, with the starch and everything. Yes.
Mhm.
Please make sure your iron is clean. We have iron cleaner. It's good stuff. Just clean. Don't do it dirty.
Okay, so I have these pieces together,
Yes,
right?
you do.
Okay, I'm going to press towards the hourglass block. Okay, this little four triangle block. That's
Quarter square triangle.
quarter square triangle. I'm like, it looks like an hourglass. I keep calling it that. Maybe that's called that. I don't know.
No.
Anyway, I'm going to press towards those. So on the top and bottom piece, my seams will go in,
Mhm.
and on the middle piece, they will go out. Guess what's going to happen? Everything will nest together.
Magic, but not. So. Oh man.
Are we way over on time?
We're at 10:22. We're going to be a little bit over because after this, we're going to talk real quick about what we have coming up this week.
Well, you can talk about it right now.
Oh, I could talk about it now while you're pressing and getting this all together. So, for those of you that need to know, Monday's flash sale this week. We're continuing with
Ooh,
colors.
Yes, it's
this
going to
week-
be a good one.
If you're needing background blender colors of a neutral color, this is your week. Brown, almost said brown, tan, and cream. That's going to be our colorways this week for this Monday flash sale. WarmandCozyQuilting.com.
And if it's anything like gray was, you'll want to get on early.
Yeah, it's whatever, it works from a live inventory. So if we run out of a material, then we out. So
Yeah.
get there quick.
So yeah,
And it's open all day, so
I
you can
feel
get there
like-
at any point in time.
So
Yeah,
I thought things like red would really go really well, and we would sell a lot of things. But when you need red, you need like a small piece. You don't need, yards and yards of it. But when you're talking about background fabric, and you need 3 or 4 yards to make your quilt, well, those are going to go faster
Yes.
and in larger quantities. So with neutrals, think about what you have coming up. Do you have anything where you're going to need a background fabric? Get it at a good price. There you go.
Yep.
My gift to you.
So that's going to be Monday. That's on the website. Remember, not Facebook. Go to the website. Monday, 9 a.m. all day. Wednesday's live sale. We don't have a specific plan just yet. We keep fingers crossed for new inventory supposed to be coming in because it's taking forever for stuff to get in. So just check us out Wednesday, 5 o'clock.
Because I like
Central
to show you
time.
new stuff and then also throw in some sale stuff and new patterns, whatever. But new fabric is hard to come by.
Not going to get better. So
Yeah,
Wednesday, be here for that.
we've gotten
For your
emails
friends.
from everybody. Every
Oh yeah, all of our
distributors
vendors,
have said, "Hey,
retailers,
we
whatever.
are 30 days out. We are, So
There's that.
he's like, what else is she saying? I guess.
I have no idea anymore.
Oh shoot, that went the wrong way.
We still have a shop full of inventory.
We
Oh, we have
absolutely
plenty of
have
fabric.
tons of fabric.
It's just
Don't worry
not
about
brand new, just out the box. Like we did get some stuff in.
We did. We got some really cute dots. They're called freckle dots.
I think you got some newer tonal, but they're not on the floor just yet.
White
so.
on whites and black on black. They're just really pretty.
So yeah, we do have new stuff coming in. It's just not like any great big new lines have
Ooh.
made it in just yet, which they need to. But
Yeah, I had a customer who said that she always does. Every time she does the Bonnie Hunter mystery quilt, right?
Mhm.
And whenever she goes to pick out fabric for that, the one thing that you need a lot of is kind of your blendery type stuff, and you want something that has a little bit of print. You don't want solid really with these things. So if you're a mystery quilt person, check out the sale, because even though you don't really know what's coming up, you know that getting 2 yards of a tonal is going to be great. Okay, these are going to nest together. I'm going to pin, not really pin, but clip at the intersections so that I get a nice seam.
Also, when you pin at the intersection like that, if it's a little longer or a little short in the other blocks, you can work it in at that point. You don't have to worry about pushing it at the end and everything's way out of whack.
Right.
As long as your intersections are pinned together, you're not going to lose that point that's going to happen at that intersection. So Wednesday sale, don't forget, bring a buddy bonus. And we'll have 3 questions, another chance at $10 off your purchase that night. So you watch today, come in on Wednesday, or come back on Wednesday, answer some questions. Stash Pot Pie, next weekend, February the 6th.
Yes.
Stash Pot Pie for February is due. We're going to show you the quilted version of March. We're going to talk about the block that is in it, so that will be our next week's block that we do. And we'll reveal April's quilt.
So are we going to sew on camera next week?
I think we should.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to beleaguer.
Right.
I mean, you all know Stash Pot Pie. We'll give you enough information. Obviously, I got time in between to talk about stuff, so
Yeah.
we'll do a block next week. It'll be we tell them what type of block it is? Well, they already know. You saw March's. It's a block and a block, or a square and a square.
Right.
We'll probably do a square
block.
and a square and a square, so it'll be a lot of squares happening. So
So be there.
Be
or
there.
Be square. In a square.
you can show yourself out.
She'll be here all week.
Yes, you will, because I ain't letting her out now. This nonsense. So Stash Pot Pie, come back next Saturday for that. St. Louis area Shop Hop starts March 1st. That's Monday. We're not open Monday, but check with your local quilt shops. We got 5 shops participating.
Somebody's probably.
Somebody might be open. I don't know. You get your passport at your first quilt shop that you go to. Get your passport by bringing in a can of food to donate. That is your way to purchase your passport. And in a donatable can, you get your passport. You go visit all the shops in the area. You get stamped at each one. You can buy the little project that each one's going to have available.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, but you can. You don't have to buy that in order to get your stamp. You just got to visit them. It gives you a good opportunity to visit the local ones. This is not an online shop hop. My friends that are not local, I'm so sorry. Now, the projects, though, that we are going to have at our shop every week, we will show you on Wednesday's live sale. So if you're not local and you'd like to know what little project we're doing, you'd like to have it just to have it because that's what we're doing, check us out on those Wednesdays for sure. Get those projects. It'll be fun.
Okay. Also, just to let everybody know, we are across 2 states. We are in several counties. Everybody may have different. Shop hop. Everybody may have different regulations, especially with COVID and things being ever changing. So just know that in advance. We have a limit of the number of people that we can have in our shop. We still are under a mask mandate. We will continue to be that way. So if you are concerned about rules or what other people are doing, give them a call before you go, so you're not making a trip without your mask but needing your mask. Or they have restrictions on how many people you can have in the shop, and you're bringing 20 with you.
Yeah, if you have a van that's 20 people, we will work with you as best we can. But there may be some waiting outside to take turns coming in.
So just know those things in advance. I do not know what everybody's doing or what their regulations are. So just contact that shop.
Let's not beleaguer that one. So Robin asked if Patchworks Plus is participating, and they are participating. This will be their last shop hop.
Yes.
So
sadly.
Yes. So she will be participating, but that'll pretty much be it. So Sherry Joe, the 5 shops again are I don't remember the names. Rosemary's.
In Highland. It's called Rosemary's.
Rosemary's in Highland. Patchwork Plus in Wood River. Quilted Fox in Clayton. Our quilt shop, not us.
No,
also, your quilt shop, not your quilt shop, because you have this quilt.
Right. Anyway, it's
Arnold,
called your quilt shop.
So Arnold, Missouri, and us. So those are your 5 that are participating in this particular shop hop. So again, kind of across the metro area. So
Right. You never. Yeah. So with Patchwork Plus, they have announced that they are closing. She's retiring. It's a good time to get more things done in her life. So, and she's a wonderful lady. So we will miss having her around.
okay, and then I think that's pretty much it.
Oh, there's daily prizes. Did you tell them there's daily prizes?
No, but I threw my papers. There's daily prizes. So each shop has prizes daily. In addition to, after you get your passport stamped at all 5 locations, you turn the slip in at the bottom to that store that you're at. Put you in a drawing that at the end of the month, you will win $500 in gift certificates to each of the shops. So $100 to each of the shops, so $500 total.
You could.
You could. One person will win that.
Yes, and
So-
actually, because Patchwork is closing, you will get like 125
Oh,
each of the
that
other
makes
shops.
sense.
so
Okay.
that you're not. Yeah, because that is good until September, and she will definitely be closed before then. So
Right.
we're making it work.
Yeah.
Okay, do we show them now?
Yes.
Look at her little block. Oh,
It's
I
not
would
little.
love
That's a
it.
12-inch block.
I would love it. Okay, and so a 12-inch block means that right now it's what size?
12 and a half.
Correct, because
Because
it's
you're gonna
not
put it
sewn
together.
into anything yet. And you want to make sure that from the edge of your star to the end, you've got a 1/4 inch so that when you sew that into your block, your 1/4 inch seam is not going to make your points flat.
Correct.
Okay, so look at that. I would love it if anybody who has sewn along with us, or even if you sew later, if you post your pictures.
Yeah, we love to see them. You can post them on this feed, or you can go to the Quilters Collective. If you've not joined us somehow yet in the Quilters Collective, go there, join that group, post your pictures out there. There's always some cool stuff being posted out there, work people are
I'm
doing.
going to nitpick
Stop.
mine.
No need to nitpick. It's a scrappy thing. See that?
Mhm.
And if we put that with our other one, grab that star
yeah.
from last week. Please. We don't have a churn
And
deck.
this is a 9-inch, see?
It is, but look
Now
at
how
these
are we
together.
gonna make that work? Don't
We'll
you
do
worry.
that later on at some point.
We'll
Look at
figure
that.
it out.
And actually, when I was doing the search for information last night, I saw a quilt that was done in Ohio stars and friendship stars, and they were larger and smaller, and like these were cornerstones and sashing. And it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
So, anyway,
So let's say you love these 2 blocks that we've done. You could just make a whole bunch of them. Make a quilt out of just those.
oh, yes,
can't-
you probably can't. You're right, Chris. I'm sorry.
You can't comment
Sorry.
photos while the video is
Oh.
live,
Oh,
but when it's no longer live and it's a regular post, you can add pictures to the comment feed.
Oh, okay. So
See,
yeah.
that's why we have Sarah. She knows everything.
Either way, I recommend going into the Quilters Collective if you want to show us your picture of what you've done. I think that's the best method because then everybody will see it and enjoy it. You put it here, I don't know who's going to come back and look at the
right,
comment
it'd
feed
be
later,
it could be lost in the feed.
So anyway, that's it. Yeah. All right. I don't think there's any other questions that I have to throw out there or any other information that I really need to give you at this point. And since we're right at that hour mark,
Everybody good?
anybody have any questions or
we
anything
did
else?
we did this whole block in 1 hour.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
it's just a block.
I mean, yes, we did have
Look at
to
that.
pre-cut.
It sticks really well to that batting.
Yeah.
Look at all this work I put into this. Isn't it wonderful? I worked so hard for you guys.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm trying. All right.
I've also done this before. If you've made a block, you're trying to do a sampler, you're thinking of different blocks and you've played around and you make one and you don't really like it so much, making a pillow out of it's really cool.
Pillows. Those work well.
You can make it into a bag. Somehow I don't make bags, so I don't really know how, but you could make it into a bag.
Okay,
I know.
Chris. We will. Chris said we have to post ours too, so we'll post ours
Okay.
out in the collective.
She was on me last week because I don't always
You
post my
know,
stuff.
she does not shamelessly self-promote,
I
which
don't post my
I
stuff.
don't know why, but it's fun. If you finish a passport and you visit again, do you start up a new? Yes, bring
Mhm.
another can in, get
Get
another
the passport.
passport, go on and do it again. So you can do the trip for the shop hop as many
Mhm.
times in a month as you want to get
Mhm.
more entries. So if you want to do that trip 4 times in a month, go for it.
Our whole plan with doing it for the entire month was so that we don't have everyone from the entire Metro East in our shop at one time.
Yeah, so it's nice
So-
to be able to have that spread out.
Kind of
so.
spread it out a little bit.
And Sandy said she loved the pre-cut information on Friday. We'll clean that up next time. It'll be so
Yeah.
sudden and chaotic.
I will also like proofread what he
Yeah,
did.
probably better. Anyway, I think we need to go get stuff together and get ready to open the
Yes.
store. Come and see us 11 o'clock. Don't forget, if you need a handy quilter, you want to buy a machine, let me know. I'll
Yep.
get you good pricing on one.
He's here all
That's
the
what
time.
we do. Sell you a machine, service them, fix them, set them up, all that stuff.
Yep.
Come talk to me. I'll sell you one.
All right.
Okay, we're going to go get started for the day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.